Hey guys, it's that time of year on farm where we are going to start hatching chicks. And I have here my incubator, and I would like to talk to you a little bit about how to get the incubator started up and the chick hatching process. So to start, we have the Pro Series digital incubator with a digital readout. This gives the temperature and humidity control of the eggs at all times. So it does the hard work for us. I love it. So let me explain to you how this is put together. We have the bottom tray, and then we have a gridded panel. The gridded panel lays flat in there, like so. And then the best thing is our egg holder, and this automatically turns the eggs for us when it's supposed to, so you don't even have to turn the eggs. So that lays flat in there like this. So on to the process. So chick hatching takes 21 days, okay? So the first day, what we're gonna do is we're gonna plug it in, and we want to get a humidity up to 50 to 60%. The humidity will stay like that until day 18. To do that, we will add about a quarter to a half a cup of water in the water portholes at the bottom of this tray. There's one on each side. And then we're gonna set the temperature on our digital readout to 99.5 to 100.5. We want that temperature to remain at the whole time of the incubation and hatching period. That never changes. So we will then put our eggs, I didn't have one, but we'll put our eggs face down in the trays. You can mark them if you want, just to see how they are turning, or if you have multiple people that you're hatching for. Sometimes I like to put a mark on it so I know whose eggs are who, okay? So you'll put them pointy side down. But before you do that, like I said, you want to turn your incubator on and get the humidity up. You want that to consistently stay like that for 6 to 12 hours. The temperature, you don't want it to fluctuate. You don't want the humidity to fluctuate. So once it's pretty stable, then that's when you can put your eggs in. So eggs are in, humidity's good, temperature's good. Now what do we do? Well, we just kind of watch the process up until day 7. Day 7, days 10, and days 14, we will do something called the candling process. You'll get your egg, you'll place it on top. It's just a flashlight. You'll place it on top, and you will see the embryonic development or not. The embryonic development, typically what you'll see is like these little veins, and that means you're good to go. By day 14, if you don't see any development like that, you need to toss the egg. If you do not, you're gonna have a stinky mess on your hands, and the egg will explode in your incubator. This happened to me before, and it was awful. Very, very awful. So that's days 7, 10, and 14. You'll do your candling. You can open the lid those days, no problem. And when you do that, your temperature might decrease or your humidity might decrease. It's okay. Just give it some time to raise. Now, if it does not raise, you can add more water in those bottom portholes. Say you add more water and your temperature increases, your humidity increases, you're freaking out. Don't freak out. It's okay. So you'll have these vent holes in the top on each side. My other one dropped. But all you'll do is release one at a time, and that will bring your humidity down. Just keep a constant eye on it when that does happen. That way, you know, you're not fiddling with it too much, and you can correct your temperature and humidity as soon as possible. So after we found all the embryonic development and they're in there just to turning away, on day 18, this is a very important day. So that's 3 days before hatching. What you're going to do is you're going to remove the egg turner, which, remember, is this thing. So you're going to remove that. And And then you're going to place the eggs on this grid here. After you do that, we're going into lockdown. So by this time, you should not have any eggs that aren't developed, okay? So we're going into lockdown. We do not open the lid anymore, okay? You're going to also raise your humidity to 65 to 75. You want it to stay between that because eggs need humidity to hatch. It's going to soften up the shells and it's going to make it easier on the hatching process. And then there's a membrane inside the egg that if your humidity isn't at 60 to 65, you can have something called what's called shrink wrap. We'll get into that another time, but if that happens, your chicks probably aren't going to make it. So that's 65 to 75% humidity is very important. And again, you have your water holes at the bottom where you can control that. So we're in lockdown. You're going to see some movement in some eggs. You might even hear some peeps. That's great. So your first egg will start to peep and crack. Once this chick is hatched, you do not want to take the chick out. I know you're like, oh, I want to take it out and put it in a safe spot. You do not do that for two reasons. One, they have to remain in the humidity and get they'll have all the yolk or whatever on them. You want that, can't talk right now. You want that to soak into their skin and all that good stuff, and you want them to dry. They will also help the other chicks who haven't hatched yet, so they'll hear the peeping and it'll make them want to hatch also. It can take 12 to 24 hours before the chick is fully out of its shell, and that's okay. And then once they're hatched, your chicks can stay in the incubator up to 72 hours. This gives them, again, their time to soak up that yolk. After they're all hatched and you're ready to take them out to their brooder, what you're going to want to do is, I like to give them electrolyte water. If you don't have the electrolytes, then you can do molasses. So you'll want warm molasses water for the first watering. After that, for like several days, weeks, I usually do just warm water. I also use a medicated chick starter. I buy a big bag, and then once that bag's gone, I'll do the regular chick feed after that. But I like to do the medicated chick starter in the beginning, you know, to protect them from all those little diseases. So I think I covered it all. That's our chick hatching process. And we are getting ready to start this up today and add some eggs in it for some of our customers to hatch some eggs. So I'll do a video with that as well. And if you guys have any questions on the incubation process, the chick hatching process, or your chicks growing to be teenagers and adults, just let us know. Message us and we'd love to talk. Thanks for watching, guys.